Hi, I'm Jason Momoa, and I play Ray Cooper in Sweet Girl.
I'm Brian Mendoza, the director of Sweet Girl, and this is The Long Take.
There are no rules in a fight, and remember, people do not... Whoa!
Fight back!
Oh. How do you win an unfair fight?
Boys, fight harder!
Most people would say you've played classically masculine roles. Would you consider roles opposite of that?
Well, I try to put no limitations on what I would play. I mean, there's so many roles I would love to play in period pieces, and, what was great about this film, I love, being a father, being a husband, and, being put in this position. It was fun playing this role because I never got to play the everyday man, and I love the idea of just it being a single father, kind of raising his daughter, and also experiencing what it would be like to lose my wife, which was probably one of the hardest scenes I've ever had to do, and I wanted to go on that journey. Making my wife pass in my mind, and being connected to Adria and seeing her with the prosthetics, which they did a great job.
What you looking at, man?
I'm looking at you, woman.
I didn't want to see her that day until the moment I laid eyes on her, and it just breaks your heart, Just thinking about someone that you love that much and watching them, die to cancer. I've had the opportunity to kind of, during the pandemic, go into a lot of people's homes and film them and spend time with them and let them know how important they are. And so I think that's been really fun to be able to not just let that vanish and really get to know the people that are in your communities.
It's not happening. We're gonna order something with vegetables. Fries do not count.
Hey!
No.
Yeah, what advice would you give yourself at 18, Brian?
Talk more? No.
I think my wife always told me, she would just for a very long time, she would just tell me to relax, it's all gonna happen. And I was, I had a lot of weight on my shoulders supporting babies and a family and not really making a lot of money for a very long time. Really against all odds to survive as an actor, and chose to direct to put the food on the table. And this man was my DP and producing partner. So, never settle and just do what you believe in, man. We've never had so many cameras, and there's all these grips and things doing it. Normally we just have a friend tied to the front.
It's a lot of work to try to get to even here, and there's 24-hour days, and you're working all the time. And I think, if anything, trying to step back a little bit and sort of enjoy the ride a little bit more and be able to kind of find those other passions, because sometimes it's just, it's all so all-consuming.
Being a part of the whole process, it's something that I have my whole heart into. It's a full-on passion project, and I think that's what Sweet Girl is on this.
You were the one who chose the car that Cooper drives. What made you choose the Oldsmobile 442? Because I think it's such an unspoken character in the film.
I think I've seen the old pickup truck and all these things so many times, and the images in my head were just, they're living out of this thing. It felt like a cocoon in the back of this thing, and I wanted just to see her literally sleeping in the back of that car. And it's such a throwback that it is kind of a muscle car, but it's a poor man's muscle car. That big, old, GM freaking Detroit style car, it just felt like appropriate.
I loved it. There's something about the glass in the car that when you shoot through the glass, if never wanting to roll down the windows, but keep the windows up, because the glass just kind of gave it some dirtiness, something that made it raw.
There's just these things where you get it right, and it's like, that's the symbol. And it couldn't be without that one thing. To me, it looks beautiful.
Right through. A little higher.
You're gonna hire?
Yeah. Go for his ear. Go for his ear.
Here. Oh.
But it's got to come straight.
You wanna go up?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's it.
What did you enjoy most about working on the film?
Well, I mean, we hired all of our friends and our family. I picked the cast exactly who I wanted. I thought Manu was amazing. I wanted Isabella, I wanted Adria, and just all of our friends that got to work on it. And Pittsburgh is a very special place in my heart for that spot. So I really vibed with the city and the people, and it was the perfect backdrop to our movie.
That's my Sweet Girl.
How was it working with Isabella?
I would work with Isabella for the rest of my life. I love her. I think she's a hard worker.
My dad doesn't know I'm doing this. He's a good man. He just needs help.
She was amazing in her scenes. She's professional, she's beautiful. Her fight scenes were fantastic. She's just an itty bitty thing, so she's a little pit bull.
That's it, open him up.
Her and Adria, I think we have a phenomenal cast, and they really felt like a family.
With the state of the world right now, what role do you think art or cinema plays in it?
How about I just take that question and reverse it around to you? What do you think, Bri?
What really drives us as a partnership and wanting to go create stories is I think they have a large impact on people. It's comedy and changing their day, or it's introducing, an idea or theme to somebody new. Even just the idea of touching upon sort of the pharmaceutical industry in this film is something that drew me to sort of just the topic of conversation. It's not trying to put one viewpoint or another, but hopefully someone that's done watching it will go, wait, is that really happening?
The makers of Infirmum paid the manufacturer to delay Sparrow's release indefinitely.
And also at the same time, hopefully entertain and have fun and go on an emotional ride.
What is the cost of spending just a little bit more time with a loved one? A year, a month, a day? It's impossible to put a price on.
If my wife dies, it's your death sentence. I will hunt you down and kill you with my bare hands.
I'm supposed to ask how we first met, but I think it would be a lot funnier to describe what you thought of me when we first met.
I didn't know you spoke. That was the first thing. It was like pulling teeth to get an answer out of you, and but you had this eye, and there's the same eye that I don't have with anyone else in the world.
Our relationship in the past was him director and me a DP and us both producing, and he's running around from department to department, able to just capture these amazing set pieces and amazing moments. I was able to really sit back and learn from that and see how he works so well with everybody. And the final product ends up just becoming so much better than what you ever thought it was going to be.
Suspect on foot. I repeat, suspect on foot.
Check out Sweet Girl, now streaming on Netflix.